I've been working in community radio now for 12 years. I've got to the point now where I run my own business, which is around using media and using technology to empower communities, and community media still makes up quite a large part of what I do. When I first started, what really interested me was the opportunity to do a radio show, to have a voice, to do something that was exciting and quite cool. And you could argue it's quite ego-driven, and it possibly is, it probably is, honestly. But I think as I got more involved in the station, I started to really understand the value of what community radio stations can offer. When I started volunteering at Wimshore FM, I was there for a few months and I found out about the radio courses that Radio Regen ran at the time. And straight away I thought there's a brilliant opportunity there to actually learn more about something that I'm passionate about. But as I started to progress through that course and learn radio skills, I actually realised that what interested me more than actually making the shows was helping other people make their shows. And I really got into the community development side of it. And I think that's where my career within community media took a bit of a turning point. I think if I'd stayed interested in the shows, I don't think I ever would have had a career in community media. And there are very few jobs actually which are about making radio. You know, I started off as a volunteer support worker at Wimshore. I got a job through Radio Regen working there. Stayed there for 7 years, progressing through a few positions, and then the opportunity came up to join a team setting up a new radio station in Preston. Went along there, spent 7 years in Preston, left there last March, and after that set up my own company, which I'm now working with a variety of radio stations across the country. And again, if I'd sort of just thought about this is about making radio shows, none of that would have happened. It was the appreciation that you need to think about. It's working behind the scenes which actually makes careers. You know, again, if you're looking from a funding perspective, no funder is going to pay for somebody to produce radio shows, but they will pay for somebody to support other people, to offer that pastoral support when somebody is making a show, to enhance their skills through training. They're the sort of roles that get paid for. So if you do want a career, I think making radio has to become the kind of sideline to what you're doing, but it's being in the background and helping support other people which will actually make it happen. I also have to say that where I am career-wise at the moment with my own company, all the skills that I have and everything that I can now do is thanks to working in community radio. Community radio is ridiculously poorly funded. It's extremely underfunded. What we do with community radio stations with a couple of staff is what you'll find commercial radio stations doing with 20 staff, or the BBC with thousands of staff. But you're still expected to do a similar job to those. So in my role, my last role at Presscap in Preston was as a community involvement worker. You know, by definition, that is somebody who recruits volunteers, trains them, helps them make programmes. In reality, it was completely outside of that. That was the core of my job, but I also had to look at the marketing of the radio station. I also had to consider budgets and finances. I also had to do small amounts of project management and working with schools, community groups, other groups in the area. And you know, I really, over the sort of 13 years I've been doing this, I've developed a set of skills which I don't think I could have got from any other industry. And now my new company is a commercial organisation. We still work in the third sector and with community stations, but we also work in the business sector. And I come across people and I kind of, you almost wonder, have they missed out by not doing something like this? Because I've got the breadth of skills from doing a job like this, I've put myself in a very advantageous position because I can do a little bit of everything, whereas if you go to most commercial organisations, someone is very specialist in one area. Whether that makes me the whole sort of jack of all trades, master of none, I don't know, but I can do a little bit of everything, and I think community radio is to thank for that.